welcome to another video on the Heroes of the Storm YouTube channel that we just started. Thank you so much for following, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. There's a new patch in Heroes of the Storm world available. Let's see what the Nexus has to offer for us, and let's also see if Blizzard failed the mark horribly or have a resounding success with their patch changes. I am Grubby, and here are the changes coming up in Heroes of the Storm for March 2nd. First one, Diablo. Feast on Fear. Healing per second has been reduced. That's funny because I just lost to a Diablo with this talent from 4% to 2.5% per second, but now does heal immediately when first applied. So this is a nerf. And I think that's fair because Diablo's auto attack talent, pretty damn good, especially in Storm League. Sacrificial Skull. 5 armor less when you stun someone into a wall. And the armor that you get when you're at 100 souls has also been appropriately nerfed. The armor duration has been reduced from 4 to 3 seconds, a little bit less survivable. Next up, Life Leech. Base healing reduced from 2% to 1.75%, and the healing at 100 souls has been reduced from 4 to 3.5%. Hellfire damage per second increased from 17 to 30, which is fairly significant. The full W build actually is, as I remember, one of the most popular builds in pro play. So, funnily enough, buffing this part, which is part of the pro play build, where he does a lot of self-healing, buffs Diablo. And none of this really affects him. So mostly it's the Storm League Diablo that was nerfed, and the pro play Diablo that is buffed. Though I will say pro play also has this sometimes, but if that was the intent of Blizzard, then it's a wonderful balance between not affecting only casual or only pro, but doing something for both. Debilitating Flames slow per hit increased from 5 to 6%, and the slow amount required to affect damage dealt reduced from 25 to 24%. We're happy with the Lord of Terror's ability to wage wanton destruction, but we think he should do so at greater risk to himself. The hits to his survivability may be too heavy-handed, in which case we're ready to grovel for Diablo's forgiveness and resolve it with our next update. While we're here, we had an excuse to tune up Firestomp's later Talonteers. Okay. Well, I think this is pretty good. This is the most potentially monstrous build for Storm League. And even though W build has been buffed, this is not typically the one that has Diablo CCing people 90% of the time, like we just saw in the previous game. Next up, Morganas kind of disappeared, both in Warcraft 3 and in Heroes of the Storm. Dreadlord Fast Expand has been dwarfed by Cryptlord Fast Expand. Morganas, we haven't seen him all that much in either pro play. Like, I think he saw played twice in the Heroes CCL, and in ladder he's very, very rare as well. The main issue with him are his long windups for his Q, for his E, that allows enemy players to counterplay him pretty effectively. So he's gonna get a little bit of extra health, a little bit more damage. Not bad. That's what, 4.5, 5%. And Night Rush cooldown has been reduced from 16 to 14. That's cool. I like Morganas. I'm gonna try him out for sure. Time to feed passive. Adjusted functionality. Morganas heals for 70 when damaging an enemy hero. This can only occur every 6 seconds per enemy, but it's also refreshed when they are slept by Night Rush. Okay, so before Night Rush, of course, baseline didn't deal damage, so it wasn't healing him either. Fueled by Torment. Healing increased a little bit. Echo of Doom, which is, I believe, the damage on the W when you activate the armor. Also a little bit damage increase. Will of Tichondrius. Additional stun duration increased from 1/4 second to half a second. And a quick sneak peek at Morganas in the game I'm watching at the level 7 talent. Will of Tichondrius. Each enemy hero hit by the first 2 slashes of Fel class causes the final slash to steal 1% of maximum health from enemy heroes, up to 4%. If at least 4 enemy heroes are hit with the first 2 slashes, then the final slash also stuns for an additional half second. Okay, so it's a percentage damage Q talent, and now it's half a second extra stun instead of a quarter. So could be pretty good. And it's also going to buff Blind as a Bat quite a bit. Spreading Plague is the post-sleep damage. It's going to be buffed by 10%. Blood Rush. Duration reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. Blood Rush is by far the best level 13 talent for Ragnaros. It makes him faster for 8 seconds apparently every time he receives healing. And he receives healing all the time. It's kind of his kit. Not even counting allied healers or regeneration clubs. So that's going to get nerfed a bit. Frenzied Assault, attack speed duration increased from 2 to 3 seconds. I have to sneak peek again what that does. Frenzied Assault, basic attacks against heroes with a higher health percentage heal for an additional 50% of damage dealt. So, in other words, the enemy must be a healthier percent of health than you are currently. And when that's the case, you heal 50% extra. Basic attacks against heroes with a lower health percentage actually grant you 35% attack speed for 3 seconds. And now it's 3 seconds instead of 2. So that's really cool. I'd love to try it. Might see some serious Morgana's auto-attacking. And of course, this is the tier that competes with Blind as a Bat, which is why I never take it, because Blind as a Bat is freaking funny. But this might just be worth trying. Blind as a Bat is gonna have only a 1 minute cooldown instead of 80 seconds. And the cooldown reduction from the final slash of Fell Claws is reduced from 5 to 4 seconds. Enemy heroes hit by the final slash of Fell Claws reduces the cooldown of this ability by 4 seconds. And it was 5, but that's because they already reduced it baseline. Okay. So so this is the reward if you actually stay on target all the way to the end with Blind as a Bat, which I'm not sure if that happened all that often for me. Interesting. No longer sets Fell Claws on cooldown when it expires. So you can queue right away after the Blind as a Bat. That's sick. Mal'Ganis has fallen off the list of tanks that are considered when drafting, and we hope this lift upwards leaves him on more solid footing. We also look to level out the benefit from some underperforming talents, in particular Time to Feed. It now always heals for 80% of its previously conditional amount, and has a new bonus for sleeping enemies. That said, Blood Rush did have a mild reduction in duration that should not be noticeable too much while fighting, but will increase how often it is reset between scuffles. Cool, excited about trying Morgana's. Muradin. Damage bonus has been reduced from 5 to 4. Aww. Dwarf Block. Block charges no longer have a duration. Okay, so you can prep block charges. And then you can get them again when you jump. That makes this a lot more competitive talent for main tanking. This is a big deal. So you can have double the block charges otherwise. But yeah, you won't go nuclear as much with Stormbolt. Muradin, actually I looked it up recently. At Diamond and Masters, Muradin is top 2 tanks in win rate. Which is interesting because he's also not a tank that has an easy counter. Unlike many other tanks. Most tanks at the top ranks, they're like conditional tanks. For example, if the website Heroes Profile is to be believed, Muradin and Anubarak are the best performing tanks in ladder at the higher ranks. But Anubarak is more of a conditional. What is true between both of them is that they have very high stun uptime. So that's helpful. So this is a nerf, this is a buff. Thunderburn, more damage, buffed. Avatar, a little bit less health. A boring nerf, but I guess they want to push us towards Haymaker. Like, look, you have a little bit more survivability. You don't need Avatar. Be prepared for the no playmakers. Bronzebeard Rage, adjusted functionality. Deal 15 damage per second, healing for 75% of damage dealt. Hitting an enemy hero with Stormbolt increases this damage by 200% for 3 seconds. Wasn't it hitting an enemy with W before? With Thunderclap? I think that's why it was so easy to heal a lot. And this is a little bit of a harder conditional. Before it was hitting any slowed or stunned or rooted target that triggered it. Oh, that was so easy then. Yeah, this is a boring nerf for a boring ultimate. Remember when Avatar had mini stuns? Wish they could do something more interesting with it than just having more health, but okay, what else? Dwarf Lunge. Cooldown reduction is only by 2 seconds, not 3, so a small nerf there. Fairly noticeable, I think. Muradin has spent a long time being a consistent tank and has slowly drifted upwards in power. Sharpening Bronzebeard Rage should reduce Muradin's overall healing, while allowing skillful play to earn a moment of its previous strength. Yeah. Tyrael. Archangel's Wrath trait. Duration increased from 3.5 to 4. Okay, duration increased means you blow up half a second slower, yeah? The damage reduced by quite a lot. 18% damage reduction. Movement speed increased, so it's easier to hit. Okay, that's interesting because the death reduction time component is quite important to actually hit people with it. This is very significant because it was very easy for people to dodge. Generally, when Tyrael died, you could mount up. The moment he dies, you could mount up and leave and say no, and it would never hit you. But now, I believe you may actually not have time for that. Enemies within Archangel's Wrath's radius will do 50% less damage for 3 seconds. And, oh, when you're within the radius, you're already dealing less damage. And then if you're hit by it, that lasts for 3 seconds. That's so much better than before. I'm gonna play Tyrael and die. This is nice. Shrink Death. We had Shrink Owl, we had Shrink Hammer. This is huge. Oh, wait, there's more. Justice for All. 80% shield, not just 75. This is the one I was already taking. Ardent Restoration. Additional functionality. There's now a quest. Every regen globe collected increases the heal over time effect by 1%. This is a big buff, mate. Stalwart Angel. 3 seconds of armor after teleporting to Q, not just 2. This is big. And they're over buffing him. And I've already been practicing him, so I'm ready to reap the heavenly rewards. No longer increased in Eldruin's Might slow. It was like 10%. Well, from 30 to 40. It was like kind of weak. Every enemy hero hit by Eldruin's Might heals Tyrael for 3% of his maximum health. Nice. Or Divine Vigor. Basic attack heal decreased. You know what this means? They're buffing everything I was picking. And they're nerfing the Smite build. The one build I wasn't playing. It means I was playing the worst build. They think Smite is the best build. Maybe it's true. I didn't check the stats. Reciprocate. More damage on shield expiration. This is a nice combination with Judgment. You turn on shield, you Judgment, you do big reciprocation damage. Sanct. 10 seconds less on the cooldown. Nice. Horadric Reforging. Basic attack CDR Q more. That means more Bound by Law, more Stalwart Angel, and more Holy Ground, and more double teleport at level 13. I take this quite a lot. Cool. There's so many things we want to do with Tyrael in the future. But for now, we wanted to add some more utility to his trait while adding some fun additions to some underperforming talents. Nice. Alright, Artanis. Artanis can win. I'm not saying he can't win. Probius can win as well. In fact, Probius win rate is kind of good. But Artanis is usually a ball and chain on the leg when you're trying to run a marathon. Initial damage of Blade Dash increased. Psionic Synergy. This is... Wait, what is this again? This is like after you flip someone, you get shield CDR or something? Let me check. Artanis. Level 4. Oh yeah, armor. 30 armor for 5 seconds instead of for 3. That's pretty big change. That might just be the best actually. Salarite Reaper. Damage bonus increased from 150 to 1... Like, you're definitely going to take this if the enemy has a variant. Damage bonus increased from 150 to 175. Okay, so he's going to be a monster at wave clear with this and this. Too bad he doesn't have Seasoned Marksman anymore. Graviton Vortex. Phase Prism. Cooldown reduction increased. Cooldown reduction increased from... Okay. More ease. Isn't this the double flip as well? Graviton Vortex. No, not anymore. 25 mana instead of 50 for Phase Prism. And if you hit an enemy hero with a basic attack or with Blade Dash, there's a 2-second Phase Prism cooldown reduction instead of 175. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say he changes that much, but he's actually becoming a really good wave clearer. It doesn't really change his auto attacks at all. Almost. Hogger. No! Cass, why didn't you tell me to stop reading? You must have seen this already. You could have saved me the pain. No, she knows I have to work through this. Okay, Hog Wild. 36 to 32. We can handle this. This is, what? 10, 11% damage nerf. I think it's fair. It's fair. He's still good, right? Brute Force. Q. Trait. Damage bonus from hitting heroes with Staggering Blow. Increased from 1 to 2. This is a good change. This is his loot horde 15% range. And if you Q people, you get 2 basic attack stacks. Right? And there is more to it. It's actually 2 when you hit them with Q. And if you stun them, you get 8. So it was 1-8. Now it's 2-8. Okay. Still not going to take it. The last set of balance adjustments have left Hogger in a pretty good spot, but Hog Wild's damage could stand to drop slightly. Then why didn't you do 35? If you wanted to slide? Yeah, but he's still good, and Hog Wild damage is less now. That's too bad. But he should still be good. Ragnaros. Ragnaros, okay, my opinion on Rag, he is too weak in general, but Lava Wave gets a lot of bad Ragnaroses to still slow down your defeat or actually allow your team to win. Just pressing one button should not be a recipe for winning the game. Sephiroth's Hungers. Quest requirement reduced, 25 minions to Q last hit instead of 30. And the damage bonus is increased to 100 instead of 90. This is the most risky way to play Ragnaros, so it should have a better reward. This gets him killed early in lane oftentimes. So I like the buff. Hand of Ragnaros. If Empower Sephiroth hits 2 heroes, refund 10 mana, and its cooldown recharges 100% faster for 4 seconds. Before it was like, it went from 4 to 2 when you hit 2. Now it's 100% faster for 4 seconds, which is still reducing it by 2. But it does have some changed interactions with... It has some changed interactions specifically, I think, with other cooldown reduction, like Nano Boost. I wonder why they did this. Maybe they'll explain it later. There might be some... And it can last for more than 1 Q. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is better. You're still getting it back in 2 seconds, but you can actually get one every 1 second, thanks to this, if you have other CDRs. No, actually, wait. Its cooldown recharges 100% faster for 4 seconds. So you're getting 4 seconds of CDR instead of 2 seconds. No, wait. Yeah. This is both better utility and it's double the CDR. I was thinking 50% for 4 seconds. That would be worse. 100% for 2 seconds is what would be... Yeah, okay. So, anyway, you're going to queue a lot. Rag is much better now. I almost said good. You still have to like keep queuing people, but you're doing it for more damage, easily questing, and you're going to queue a lot. And you're going to heal more as well. And Meteor Bomb build is going to deal more damage near the center. Interesting. Because this gives you like a 450 explosion at the end of Meteor. And now it's going to do even more. Interesting. These changes are simply looking to help out some weaker talents. Hand of Ragnaros is still providing the same benefit in the same situations as before. It now also helps Ragnaros recover from a swing that failed to meet its requirement. Yeah. Wait, Hand of Ragnaros is still providing the same benefit. And helps him recover. Yeah, it's just better. But I feel like they buffed his better talents. It was just... Like, this was always the best potential, let's say. But it gets him killed. Alexstrasza. Live and let live. Q. More CDR on Gift of Life. And Life Blossom reduces the cost of Gift of Life to 10% max health. Addition. What? They buffed it even more? Wasn't this already a very good build? Checking Alexstrasza. So Life Blossom before it, Alexstrasza can collect the Life Blossom that is dropped when you're above 3/4 health at the target location to make the next Gift of Life cost no health. And now also reduces the cost of Gift of Life to 10%. So in other words, if you don't pick up the flower, then you're still gonna have 10% less on your next Gift of Life. Normally it's 15%. Yeah, this Q build, Alexstrasza is gonna be extremely good with Q build. Funny thing is that many Alexstrasza mains actually play E build because it makes her 1620 so impossibly strong, where every auto attack does an E and CDR's Dragon Queen. W build is the worst. That's one thing I think most people can agree on, because it's the hardest to make use of too for allies. So the buffing, I would say her best or second best build. Circle of Life, globes required, is now only needing 15. So people can start to try that Alexstrasza hungry for more stitches combination, where you're creating globes for stitches to get 10k HP. Dragon Queen, 1 second less. Okay. That's a big nerf. Is the level 7 a nerf since the heal is based on the health lost? Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah, what? Uh-oh. Sacrifice 15. No, they're saying the cost is reduced. The cost has been reduced of Gift of Life. That doesn't... Well... You sacrifice 15% and then you heal for 150% of that amount. You would imagine that the cost is reduced without affecting the virtually the same amount of healing. It would be really funny if they literally... Like if it worked literally like this, and then it'd be a nerf. But they're saying additional functionality, not like lopsided nerf. You're giving 10%, but you're still giving 150% of 15%, I think. We have to test. On the opposite side, Draconic Discipline was slightly stronger than we would like, so we removed the second from the duration increase. Lily! She now always slows people that get blinded for a bit. Serpent Sidekick moved from level 4 to 1. Cloud Serpent no longer costs mana, and while Fast Feet is active, its cooldown refreshes an additional 75% faster. Eager Adventurer, duration and mana regeneration bonuses increased from 125 to 150%. Wow. Wind Serpent moved from level 1, new functionality. Cloud Serpent grants its bearer 10% increased move speed. Casting Blinding Wind increases this bonus to 20% for 3 seconds. And the passive is Cloud Serpent attacks faster. Hey, she seems cool now. Lily Raid Boss even better. New functionality. Activate to gain fast feet, 30 armor, and 30% move speed. Hey, this is better because before it was like 30% move speed and fast feet, which means you get CDR for your abilities, right? But now you also get 30 armor. Passive, while fast feet is active, you always have 10 armor. Cool. Wow. That's insane. You play Lily? Maybe Cass will play Lily. Cooldown increased from 25 to 30 seconds. Mass Vortex moved from level 13 to 7. So this still is hit 3 targets instead of 2. And if you hit all 3 on heroes, it does more damage, I believe. Let's go. Is it Cleanse? that will now heal more. This is already the best cleanse in the game. It's 40 seconds only. You cleanse and you heal. And you are CDRing your cleanse with fast feet. Which is anytime you take damage, you're fast and you get CDR. Crazy. Water Dragon. Cooldown increased. Water Dragon. Cooldown increased from 45 to 50 seconds. Water Dragon cooldown increased from 45 to 50 seconds. Cooldown increase, okay. Mana cost increased. Oh, so they kind of nerfed that. Funny. Lightning Serpent moved from level 7. This is splash damage. Bounce attack no longer requires heroic targets. And Gale Force. Basic attack damage bonus increased from 75 to 100%. Oh yeah, when you blind people and you auto attack them for more. Hindering Winds. New functionality. Increase Blinding Winds slow amount to 30% and its duration to 2 seconds. Okay. Before this was like from 0 to 25, I believe. Now it's from 15 to 30. For 3.5 seconds total then. Oh no. And its duration to 2 seconds, not by added by 2 seconds. And this was the Giant Killer Snake, I believe. Cloud Serpent grants its bearer 10% increased healing received and heals them for 0.5% of their max health each time it attacks. Oh, that's what it does. It was not Giant Killer, it was Giant Healer. And then Shake It Off. New functionality. Gain 35 armor while stunned, silenced or rooted. Passive increase fast feet's cooldown refresh bonus to 75%. Raid Boss. After a brief visit to faraway fields of eternal conflict, Lily returns to the Nexus with a newfound penchant for friendship. We didn't like how mandatory the old Hindering Winds talent felt, so we made some of its functionality baseline and repositioned some Blinding Wind talents to make her offensive build more potent. We've also redesigned many of Lily's Cloud Serpent talents to make them more individually meaningful and to make the collective Cloud Serpent build have more of an identity and purpose of its own. Wow, I want to play her. Lucio, high five, movement speed while skating to target increase. No! No, don't go! Alright, I feel like this misses the mark, mateys. Lucio is already extremely powerful in pro play and in ladder. The high five was already incredibly competitive. Most people take high five now at Masters. I can't believe you buffed it. He's busted. He's absolutely busted. He can cleanse the whole team at level 10 every 20 seconds and heal them and cleanse them and cleanse himself, and now he's faster too. Malfurion. All level 1 talents have been moved to level 4. What? Malfurion? All level 1 have been... Wow, big rework for Malf. Level 1 talent moved to 4. Strangling Vines removed. New talent. Okay, wait. This is confusing. I'm gonna read this in game. Level 1. Deep Roots. Repeatable quest. Entangling Roots grows larger and persists on the ground 40% longer. Every time an enemy hero becomes rooted, gain 10 mana permanently! Vengeful Roots. Entangling Roots spawns a treant that deals 58 damage per second in last 10 seconds. Hitting enemy heroes with Entangling Roots permanently increases treant's basic attack damage by 7. Okay, that's the same, the 7 damage it seems. Interesting. Emerald Dreams. Entangling Roots sleeps enemy heroes for 2 seconds after its root expires. I like the flair here, the lore. That's powerful. That's like... that's Deckard-like. Casting Regrowth on an ally also grants Malfurion its effect for 50% of the normal duration. Increase Moonfire's reveal duration by 3 seconds, and basic attacks do more basic attack damage. Gain a second charge of Innervate, and its cooldown recharges faster per ally affected by regrowth. That's sick. That's really damn good. He's giving everyone mana now. This is bigly. Wild Growth. Each hero hit by Moonfire extends the duration of currently active regrowths by 1. Tenacious Roots. Increase root duration. When Malfurion is stunned, reset Entangling Root cooldown. Nature's Cure still same. And then 13. Malfurion movement speed is same. Using Innervate also grants Malfurion 80 mana and causes his basics to refresh 50% faster for 5 seconds. And hindering Moonfire's 3 seconds slow instead of 2. Okay, that's the changed one. Interesting. Additional quests for Malf. Bring them online earlier. 3 in damage or mana pool. On the same tier, Strangling Vines was always a bit of an oddball talent, so we decided to bring in something a bit more flavorful. So, no more healing debuff Malf. Instead, he's going to slow people. Interesting. Broccoli has been officiated. Yep. Righteous Flame, White Mane. Oh, this one is interesting because I feel like right now White Mane doesn't have any choices at 1, 4, and 7. I feel like you must go bonus healing at 1 via the E talent, bonus healing at 4 via the Q talent, Desperate Plea. And they're trying to make other options playable. Attack damage bonus. I'm gonna say no. 30 to 80% bonus heal on your main Q healing is better than a bit of attack damage. Righteous Flame is cool, but again, completely outmatched by Pity the Frail, which just gives you 25, like allies that are 25% health or less, or 30% health or less, they get a quarter more healing from all sources. That's way better. But okay, attack speed bonus increased a lot and the duration reduced. I'm not gonna take these for sure. Scarlet Aegis, more healing. She's already quite good with this. Scarlet Wrath. So I never take this because I go for either W or E. Duration bonus of Zeal for basic attacks increased from half to 3/4 of a second. Cooldown reduction of Zeal activation from basic attacks increased from 1 to 4. Basic attacks against heroes increase the duration of all active Zeals by 3/4 seconds and lower the cooldown of Zeal's activation. So that's where you get bonus spell power for armor debuff. 4 seconds every time. That's pretty sick. Zeal has a cooldown of I think like 40 seconds. 1 to 4. That's pretty sick. Yeah, they're trying to push auto attack White Mane. Well, I still think it's the weakest, but maybe there's some cases where you want it. But yeah. Radiance, Q, armor increase. Yeah, I don't pick this either. When White Mane's rework first came out, her basic attack build was slightly too strong. Since then it started to wane, so we're giving it more punch. Okay, well, worth the experimentation maybe. It might be fun. Melee Assassin, Illidan. Always scary, because Illidan has a penchant for becoming imbalanced when he's too good. Obviously, everyone is imbalanced when they're too good, but, you know, it's easy with him to landslide, to snowball. 4 is 7, 7 is 4, unbound. You don't need as many heroes. Prefer to shy away from team fights earlier, but want to make sure it's not the only option. Oh, so now you can fight at level 4 with bonus healing. And then at 7 you get more mobility. Yeah, that's cool. Because, yeah, he can start fighting from 4, 5, 6 now. I think that's pretty smart. Ranged Assassin, Chromie. Time Trap, has less health. Good, Chromie needs nerfs. Once again the first time. The Q stacking. more damage from echoes. So this is maybe the weakest in my opinion. But I might be wrong. I haven't played W yet. Time Walker's Pursuit is overloaded with utility currently. So they're going to remove 5% spell power. Good. Because there's no quest component, so it's also the easiest and the earliest to make use of it. But they are going to reveal the whole area for 4 seconds. Before it was 2-second area reveal. And when you revealed heroes, those are revealed for 4 seconds. So this has been buffed. This has been nerfed. I think that's a good nerf. I think this should be 8%. Time Troubles. Less armor reduction, but more allied armor buff. I think that's a good change. A Proper Greeting. This is Executioner, basically, for her. Bonus damage on CC targets. Very easy to proc with Slowing Sands. 20% extra instead of 25, and for a shorter duration. Good. Good. This is her best talent by far at level 5, and it's been nerfed 2 ways. Good. Slowing Sands now costs 5 mana per second instead of 3. That's good because you barely noticed this. It barely moved the needle. They just put it on the gate and never cancelled it, and they were fine with a regen globe every now and then. Oh, very good. Shorter cast range, more mana expenditure. 40% more. 60% more. 60% more. That's really good nerfs. Okay, I might not have to first ban her literally every single game now. Unraveling. Spell armor reduction increased. Yeah. I've seen that too. I even started playing her. That's why I've been having trouble sleeping probably. My conscience. No, I haven't had trouble sleeping. But we don't believe they should continue to be the best options. Reducing their raw power. We're also increasing available counterplay to Time Travel Slowing Sands. Okay, good. Falstad. Been playing a lot of Falstad. I think he's in a good place. He doesn't have talent diversity though. With Falstad, you must play, in my opinion, Bribe at level 1, Lifesteal or Static Shield at 4, Boomerang at 7 is an absolute must. Usually Gust, sometimes Hinterlands at 10, and at 13-16 you can go Giant Killer with the Barrel Roll, but usually I go trait, so your mount speed and you get CDR. Big CDR on your spells. That makes Falstad the best, usually. And then at 20, I get Epic Mount or Mighty Gust repeating. Epic Mount if I'm Hinterland. So let's see if they do anything for his other builds. I know there's people that swear by WWW build, but trust me, it's not good. You must go Boomerang at 7. It's so important. So, let's see. Hammering damage reduced from 121 to 80. But Hammering can now be reactivated mid-flight to explode. Feels okay, man. It's baseline. Now you're gonna have talent diversity. Lightning Rod now deals 100% additional damage to minions and mercs, but no more bribe. Okay, so they're still like tying together Lightning Rod with merc camp taking, but you actually have to be there, and then you double damage hit. So he's becoming like quite good at taking siege camps still without needing to stack from minions. But he doesn't take bruiser camps as quickly. Basically same as before. No more seasoned marksman. Good, boring, outdated talent. Gathering Storm. Damage bonus per quest stack changed from 2 to 0.2%. That's better. That's better. 0.2% at level 1 is less, but as early as level 5, it's already going to be more. So it's just straight up better. And it's needed, because this is the weakest talent. But now that Wingman and Seasoned are gone, Falstad can actually play Mage build Q. Oh, I'm very excited about this. Mana refund has been reduced though. But the quest progress is also gained from Hammerang's explosion. Yes, because there was no synergy between Gathering Storm and Boomerang. And now there is. This feels really, really good. Good. Hey, he was an old hero with an old kit. Wait, doesn't it break even at 1,000? Wait. 0.2 on 100 damage. Wait. Yeah. Oh, bad maths. How is this competitive? It's not 2%. So at level 10, 20, when he's doing several hundred points of damage. Wait, is this like a... Did they miss a decimal? AKA, did they create an unintentional decimal? It's less but easier to gather. Let's say, before, you would usually get 40 stacks. It was bad. It was really bad. Because you needed to still wave clear for the team. That's Falstad's role, right? Let's say before you got 40 stacks. Let's be extremely generous and say that you're actually going to get 200 stacks. And then at level 10, when your Hammerang is dealing, instead of 80 damage, it's dealing... isn't level 10 like doubling of... What's... it's like 4% per level, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're doing 120 damage at level 10. About 50% more. Yeah, 120 damage. And by level 20, you're doing double. So 120 damage. Let's say you're getting an amazing 200 stacks. So you're doing 40 more damage. 40% more damage. Even if you get 200 stacks by level 10, which is extremely unlikely, you're doing 40% more damage, which is 48 bonus damage. That's really bad. It's extremely uncompetitive. This is nothing. You would need like 500 stacks for this to be good. You can hit a hero 3 times instead of 2. Yeah. This is total garbage. Maybe the Hammerang explosion scales too? Well... I don't think so. Let me check. I can check in game. Maybe it's a patch note mistake. Nope. Well, let me very quickly try this out. Hey look, buffed Malfurion AI bot.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Gathering Storm.
Choose a talent.
Static Shield.
Choose a talent.
Boomerang. Hammering Explosion deals 75% additional damage, and hitting enemy heroes reduces their spell armor by 15 for 3 seconds. Okay, let's not pick any other talents. So 3 stacks per hit.
Whatever it takes.
So let's make enemy hero the Lost Vikings. %1.8 bonus damage. I think you know that what I just did, even though I had CDR hack, is never gonna happen before level 10. Like what I just did already, you're never gonna get that many stacks. I think 66 stacks is extremely generous. And all I'm getting is 13.2% bonus damage on 118. So I'm dealing 134 damage. I mean, you can see it. Every time I hit this dummy. 135, 135. 136, 136. 136, 136. 137, 137. You don't need to test anymore. You need to hit someone 5 times in order to get 1 bonus damage. You haven't even read the rest of his rework. I know. I'm just looking at this one talent. There might be other talent. Okay, fine, sure. Yeah, there might be other talents that makes this good. It's true, we should read the whole thing. So let's go on. Dishonorable Discharge. Reduce lightning rod's cooldown by 3 seconds. And takedowns reset its cooldown. Oh, that's nice. After 3 lightning rod strikes quest, subsequent strikes on enemy heroes increases its damage by 1%, up to a total max of 75. New talent Frequent Flyer. Activate Frequent Flyer to gain 40% attack speed and Tailwind for 5 seconds. Oh, this is nice. This makes auto attack talent a lot more playable. And minion kills grant 0.2 basic attack damage and hero takedown. Okay, so Seasoned Marksman is now just better. It front loads the attack speed and it combines Tailwind. Boomerang now deals 75% additional damage and reduces spell armor. That's pretty cool. Giant Killer is gone, but there's a new talent, Sustained Winds D. Basic attacks against enemy heroes deal bonus damage to 1.5% of the hero's maximum health. Increase to 2% while Tailwind is active, aka when you're not getting hit back at all by anything. Crippling Hammer. Bonus hammering slow reduced from 35 to 25%, but Hammering's explosion also slows. Okay, I've now read the whole thing and I can still safely conclude, without any gainsay or doubt in my heart, that Q absolutely sucks. Gathering Storm, totally unpickable. It's good that we read the whole thing. It was a valuable note. Even though I could reduce their spell armor, I think.
Choose a talent.
The good thing here about Boomerang is that you're reducing their spell armor, not that you're combining it with Gathering Storm. Now, reducing mana is nice. Let's not forget that we're still reducing mana, but come on. Okay, let's look at some other builds.
Choose a talent. An excellent strike.
Dishonorable Discharge. Lightning Rod's cooldown is reduced by 3, so it's 10 instead of 13. And takedowns reset its cooldown.
Choose a talent.
And we're getting a stack on the 4th hit. On the 4th and 5th hit out of 5, we're getting quest stacks. And then up to 75. So instead of 158 damage on the first hit and then 111 every time. Okay, this is actually good. Because it has a front-loaded advantage of cooldown reduction, which is great utility. It has takedown resets, and it has bonus damage. This, yeah, getting 4th and 5th hits is tough, but it's so worth it if you get it. And now let's look at the third one.
Choose a talent.
Activate Frequent Flyer. Yeah, this is good. This is good. And the quest is minion kills. And it's unlimited. Just like Seasoned Marksman, right?
Here it comes!
How often can you hit the 3 strikes? No, it's 5 strikes. 3 strikes does nothing. 4th and 5th strike is bonus. But the thing is, the reason that this is good, Dishonorable Discharge, is because even if you don't get any quest bonus from it, it's still good. Takedown reset, cooldown reduction from 13 to 10. Now, let's go to the next tier. Static Shield grants a shield equal to 4% of Falstad's maximum health up to 28%.
Choose a talent.
Oh, that's because you can now get lots of it if you're killing people. Updraft. Barrel roll range 40, shield 70, shield lasts indefinitely. Same. Basic attacks heal, okay. And then charged up is 7 strikes now. So you can get way more stacks per W.
Mayhem.
1. Wait, where? Wait, why am I not getting any? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
1,
Choose a talent.
2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. This is fun. You still have Boomerang, but you can actually play full W build. Level 10, Hinterlands. Okay, and then 13, you still have Thunder Strikes. Each subsequent strike deals 20% more damage. And that's interesting. I wonder how that works with... is it
Choose a
additive or
talent.
multiplicative?
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
This is sick. It's 3.3k damage when you're fully stacked. Wait, 3.7k. And it resets on kills.
Count me in. I'll feed you to my griffin.
And wait, it's double minions and mercs? No, not yet. Right? Oh wait, it is baseline. Blizzard drunk again. Did they test this?
We've got this.
Yeah, we do. So that's really sick, because it has a baseline increase on minions and mercs. You also still have Flow Rider, but I feel like if you go full W build, you don't really need to go Flow Rider. And then at 16, you have slow from 25 to 50%, and the explosion also slows. So it's no longer 60%,
Choose a talent.
but the explosion slows. That's a really big deal. And then, okay, so we know this build now. And if you go for auto attack, you go auto attack, lifesteal, secret weapon, mighty gust,
Choose a talent.
sustained
Choose a
winds. You get, well, this is gain tailwind, so you want the movement speed actually.
Choose a talent.
And then you go Nexus Frenzy. Okay, let's see.
Let's get cracking. Here it comes.
So this is my normal attack speed with Nexus Frenzy. Of course, I'm still really squishy. Doing that 160 bonus damage is a lot, of course, because this is a target dummy with a lot of health. He has a very smooth auto attack too. It leaves his body very quickly. So it's really easy to play.
You're the boss.
I feel like it leaves his body quicker than most. This is a good build too. Of course, it's more DPS, yeah, guys, because it's a target dummy. They have high health target. That's why the percentage damage deals more. But I feel like they've effectively given Falstad 2 builds now instead of 1. The W build and the auto attack build. But Gathering Storm shouldn't be picked until its damage is increased to 0.6% at least, in my opinion. Moving on with the rest of the patch notes. Phoenix, inhibiting energy. Every 10 seconds, your next basic attack with Facepalm active slows targets hit by 60%, which does rapidly decay over 1.5 seconds. Okay, that's nice. Before it was like, when you hit someone with slow, you slow them more with the Facepalm. It's kind of weird. This is cool. Dampening field, spell armor after warping, 30. Photonic weaponry, damage bonus increased from 15 to 20%. When you have shields, I believe this is. Arsenal overcharge. Basic attacks with Facepalm also reduce active ability cooldowns by 0.5 seconds per hero hit. And Armageddon beam. Planet Cracker's width increases by 100% over 1.5 seconds. Reduce the cooldown of Planet Cracker by 40 seconds baseline. Cool.
You know, you and me could be out there cracking skulls right now.
That's cool. White people happy. Get your sidesteps and shoot the whoops ready, because there's a new big laser in town. Mephisto. Skull missile. Launch delay reduced. Missile speed increased. Q quest now also gives an additional charge of skull missile. Ghastly. Wait, Mephisto is really good already. Ghastly armor. More armor. Abhorred skull. Skull missile deals 40% more damage to heroes under half-life. Dude. Of course, W build is very consistent and the most popular one. But they're buffing 3 skull missile builds. And even though the talents are underperforming, giving it a baseline buff, no matter what, it's gonna make Lightning Nova Mephisto more competitive. Even if none of these 3 are part of the meta build that we see in the Heroes CCL, this still is going to help a lot. We may not even take this, because W might still be more consistent. But we'll see. And that's it. So overall, how do we review this patch? I'm going to give it a rating. And we're going to put that in the thumbnail. Good. Good changes on Diablo. Good changes on Mal'Ganis and Muradin. And might be too strong on Tyrael, but I think it's interesting. We don't see him a lot, so good. Artanis was good. He's going to be a more niche of wave clear. Hogger nerf is good. Ragnaros buff is good, but I think maybe they overdone it. Alexstrasza, they buffed Q. I think it was bad. Lily rework is very interesting and good by design, but I think the numbers are too crazy. I think she's going to be overpowered. Lucio was really bad. He's extremely powerful and he was buffed. Malfurion changes are interesting. Makes him a little bit more interesting to play.
Friend.
White main got buffed on underused talents. She's not super high in the meta, even though I think she is good. She's just hard to play. But buffing the least scary talents is the right way to go. Though they did buff her ult, which I think is a little bit too much. Illidan was, I think, good changes. Chromie nerfs were good. Falstad rework is good. They've missed the mark on Gathering Storm in terms of numbers, but that's easily adjusted in a follow-up patch. And overall it was really good because he had no talent diversity and now he does. Phoenix, I think it's good. He's not the best. There's like 2 Phoenix one-tricks in Europe, but most people don't play him a lot. Of course, Phoenix benefits from healers the least, so I don't play him a lot because my wife is a great healer, and when I'm half-life, I only lost shields. She can't heal me. She can't save this fool. And Mephisto buffs, I think, are a little bit too much, since it also buffs his baseline meta build, and he's already quite good. Overall, I'm going to give this patch the extremely scientific 7.3 out of 10.